What's up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. It's been a while. So today we'll be doing a simple project. We'll be seeing how we can handle API requests, work with the responses, and also show desktop notifications about, let's say, daily codes. Yeah. So we're using the API from zencodes.io. Yeah. So /API /random. So yeah, and aside that, we'll also be seeing how we can open websites from our Python using the web browser package. So yeah, all in all, the project is a simple morning routines, like basically automating our morning routine. When you wake up, you open different websites, now let's say YouTube, Twitter, your mail, stuff like that, and you want to see a nice motivational quote. So yeah, we're basically automating a morning routine. So let's get started. Say engine, then I'll say Python text script dot initialize. Alright, so we need to initialize our engine. So after initializing our engine, basically just need to tell the engine what to say, then we run and wait. So it's more of an asynchronous operation. So we can just say engine dot say, alright, say what do you want it to say. We can just say good morning, good morning. Let's have a productive day, something like that. Let's have a productive day. So now open our VS Code, create a new file. Let's just call it app.py. So firstly, we need to download or install some of our packages that we don't have. So we need to pip install. So we're using the Python text to speech version 3. So this one is majorly so our computer can basically speak to us. So our Python can speak, talk back, return audio, right? Then we also want web browser. Okay, so web browser should be web browser. We already have that as an install package. We don't need to install that, comes by default. So we need to install requests if you don't already have that. So basically to make our API requests, right? And applier. So applier enables us to the module inside applier notification enables us to show desktop notifications to applier. And we might also need to install certificate, or that should not be required. So I think plier should be okay. Plier request. So basically Python text to script, request and plier. So since I already have that, you can go ahead and install it. So just press enter and you should pick install. So I'll just stop mine for now and clear my console. Okay, so after the successful installation of those packages, we can start coding. So start with our imports. So let's import Python text to script 3, import web browser. So we have it by default. Import quests, import plier. So not import plier. So plier is like our big package. So I'll say from plier import notification. So you can see, yep, notification. So basically I can add comments here. I can say for speech to search the web, something like that, to search the web. Okay, make API calls, right, and to show desktop notifications. So yeah, four major packages or dependencies that we need for this morning routine automation project. So let's start with the voice greeting. All right, the first thing that we want is for the system to greet us, right? Something like that. So you can say I call it voice greeting, something like that. Right. So we need an engine basically before we can greet it. So after let's have a productive day, I'll say engine dot run and wait. So asynchronous operation here. Basically run the engine. So now
Good morning, let's have a productive day.
okay. So good. We have our what? We have our app running. Good. So it's basically saying good morning, let's have a productive day. Now I want to open my favorite site. Remember, it's going to greet us, then open websites, then show a desktop notification. Alright. So we're going to use the web browser package to open sites. It's basically just web browser dot open, just usually the open function right inside our particular module. So we need multiple websites, right? So the best thing to do is to store it in a list, then iterate over the list and open those websites. So I'll create a list here, let's say websites, right? So a list of websites. We have to put the full link. So say youtube.com. So second website, let's say mail, right? So https mail, I think it's mail.google.com, right? Mail.google.com, right? And let's just say Twitter, right? https uh Twitter, is it Twitter or X? I think it will redirect twitter.com, right? So actually I want YouTube to be last. Let's bring YouTube down. Sorry. Alt arrow down, yup. Come on. Okay, so all that doesn't matter obviously. I just want to see YouTube last. So yeah, I have my array of websites. So I'll say for every website or for every site in websites, right? A normal for loop. For every site in websites, basically want to web browser dot open that website. So I just say site. So instead of me having to say web browser that opens Google, open Mail, open Twitter, and so on and so forth, I can just keep it in one place and iterate through, right? So we have that working well. Okay, so now we're basically going to fetch our motivations. So this is going to work smoothly. Yeah, it should work smoothly. You can also test that now. So let's just see.
Good morning, let's have a productive day.
Okay, good. So you can see. Okay, I think I'm disconnected from the internet. But I can see YouTube opened, Twitter opened, and my mail opened. But I seem to be disconnected. So let me just. So yeah, now all I have to do is try my API. So I'll be using the try except block. So in case I have any errors, I'll print out the respective error. So I'll say try here. Now in our try block, our actual API implementation. So I'll say the response. So it's as simple as that. The response from requests dot get. So it's going to be this get method, right? So from ZenQuest, so HTTPS, not supposed to type this out. ZenQuest quests dot ZenCode, sorry. Okay, now get HTTPS. So we have zencodes.io slash API slash random. Okay, so this is the endpoint to get a random code, right? So the response is a dictionary, or in our case, or is an object in our case, a dictionary, right? That returns two elements, basically the data, which is the actual codes, and the author. So Q is the key that represents the codes, while A is the key that represents the author. Kind of sounds vice versa, right? So here I'll just say I'll just say data. So since it's going to be in a list, I still need to get the first element out, right? So well, like this, we can just easily test this on Postman. So Postman is basically our application to test endpoints, right? Basically get method, right? Send. So we can see it's basically a list returning, in our case, a dictionary, and we have Q, A, H. Q, the what? Q, the random quote, A, the author, and H, basically the quote and the author, but in HTML format, block quotes and footer for the author. Alright, so we only need Q and A. Alright, based on that information, obviously, let's see. data equals to our response, right? Dot, we need to convert it to JSON first. So JSON. So I want to get the first guy in the list. So basically the only guy in the list. So I'll just say the first guy, so which is basically 0, right? The first element in the list. So now that I have that, it's returning an object, right? Q and A are the things we need. So Q is the code. So I can see the code equals what? Equals data of what? Of Q, right? Accessing values in a dictionary using its keys, right? Then we have author to be data of A, right? So this is our author. So we have our quotes and we have our author, right? All good. So this is basically it for our try block. Now for our except block, so I think here we should print it out. We might not need to see it, but I think we should just print it out in case it doesn't work in our notification. So it's basically this codes that we want to show in our notification, our desktop notification, right? So say quote of the day, quote of the day, right? So I'll basically just say let's use an f string, let's use f string, right? So say quotes, wait, quotes hyphen author, right? Makes it look cool, nice. So at the end, come down, say except. So any exception, basically, we don't need to specify. As long as we get any exception as E, right? First thing we want to do is to print out the error. So in case we have any API issues, so I'll just say error f string again, f string. We'll say e dot message, right? Or just e basically. Let's just see the entire error, right? I think that should be good. So now we'll set some codes. If after printing the error we have an issue, let the default just be something like, so we don't want to use our u to see an error. We just say keep grinding, keep pushing. Okay, keep grinding, keep pushing. Yep, so that's that. And lastly, to actually show our desktop notification, so since we've already imported this module notification, so we have our function inside there dot notify, right? To suggests, okay, let's go with it. So notification dot notify, basically we're basically going to pass 3 arguments: the title of the notification, the message, and the timeout. So how long it should take before it disappears, right? So let's use named arguments. Sorry, title. So the title is daily quotes here, daily quotes. Then the message, right? Message should be the quotes. So I'll just say quotes. So whatever value of our quotes would be, in this case. Okay, I think we should. I set the code to keep grinding, keep pushing, right? So not just codes. I think we can update codes here to be okay. So we'll basically just set the message to be f string, right? Codes of the day, right? So code of the day should be the codes, then hyphen if the author exists. So I can say if author, I can just say if author exists, right? So if author exists or not, just show none. So quotes then author, right? So lastly timeout, just say 8 seconds. The timeout 8 seconds, right? By default seconds. So I think this should be good. So all error we get in here. Let's save. I think it's to refresh. Right, comma. Okay, there's no comma after message. Basic error, right? So yep, we have that. Now let's test it out. So if I run again.
Good morning, let's have a productive day.
Okay. YouTube. Good. Good. Twitter loading. Okay, better network now. And my mail. Okay, so send on my mail. Right. But did we see our notification? Did not. So let me run it again. Let's see. So yeah, that's basically it. That is our daily routine morning project, something like that. So we basically focused on handling API calls, working with the Plier package, working with the web browser package. So yeah, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to see the video on how we implement it using Windows Task Scheduler, make sure you drop a comment in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Bye.